Oi, hello everybody, welcome back to Final Fantasy III. I am Snow with, I don't even know what they're called, man. There's these little pellet-shaped candies that I got in, like, the case of an SNES controller as well as an NES controller. Thought it appropriate to have one of them. Actually, I took from the SNES controller, which is inappropriate because this is an NES game. But that's not what we're talking about. Actually, it's what I wanted to be talking about. It's a really cool thing that I got in my stockings this year. Anyways, though, we're here for the Mithril Mine, and we get a few new enemies here. All of the enemies that we find here, though, are also what we find in the Cave of the Seal. First off, we have the Skeleton. Unlike in Final Fantasy I, these are actually quite formidable foes. Obviously, they're undead, so they are vulnerable to fire and holy damage. But they have 54 hit points, and they do not give, and they give only like 40 experience points as opposed to like the 32 that the Dark Eyes give you. That is not a lot of experience points to give you for, like, ostensibly, like, I don't know, 1.5 times the amount of, over 1.5 times the amount of hit points. Yeah, that's kind of a sucky thing to do to us, Square Enix, Squaresoft. Anyways, though, I don't think that these guys can inflict any status ailments on you. They have a variant that you can find in here that are quite a bit stronger, and I'm fairly certain do also inflict a status ailment on you. Anyways, though, we did kind of level grind quite a bit. However, even then, it's a bit on the we're basically moderate. This game is not the easiest. Anyways, though, here is our spoils, and Trace gets a skill up. Good for her. Anyways, though, there's nothing really we can do here, ostensive-wise. Yeah, there's no stickers here, but we do find another new enemy, the Mummy. The Mummy has 48 hit points, obviously stronger than many of the other enemies that we've faced so far. These ones can, I believe, inflict a status ailment on you. Let's do a spread cast cure. Venom. Okay. These ones are capable of inflicting poison. And wow, Lise. The monks always manage to surprise me sometimes, man. Anyways, let's see how much the spread cast cure does, and not a lot. I was expecting a lot more. Didn't it deal like 30-something damage to the enemies in the Sassoon Castle? I don't know, man. These guys are just built differently, I suppose. And by the way, the mummies also gave about 40 experience points. I will say as well, I'd like to bring this up while my voice is being recorded and I'm encountering like a new enemy with some new tactics and whatnot. In the Pixel Remaster version of both Final Fantasy 1 and 3, you are able to buy ethers. I believe you're also able to do this with Final Fantasy 2. I'm fairly certain that ethers are a purchasable item in the original Final Fantasy 2 as well. Quite a lot of things are just able to be bought right offhand. Final Fantasy 1 and 3 both have the spell slot system. So it's very difficult to see how, like, you know, using an ether would work. And the way they do it is basically restoring, I believe, one spell slot per level. Both of them get a skill up. I only saw Lisa's name. I think Snowbin also got a skill up. Anyways, though, there's one more enemy, I think. Actually, a few more. Here's one of them, the Shadow. These ones, as you can see, are off-color versions of the skeleton, and they're much stronger. They have 65 hit points, and they only give you 48 experience points. They can also drop an antidote or eye drops, which is very useful. I have way too little amount of health to be comfortable for Ingus. I'm fairly certain they are capable of blinding you. Don't quote me on that, though. Anyways, though, they are smacking hard on Trace. And I heal way too little for the damage I feel like I should be dealing. Why don't you use a potion? No, that's not a potion. Where's the potions? There's the potions. And then you cast a cure. Let's just hope that they don't go first and smack around Trace. And well, I guess that's fine. I'm attacking with Trace at the moment. Anyways, oh, that was quite a bit of HP restored. Okay. Yeah, you guys do you. Actually, I'm gonna have you attack, and Ingus isn't really doing a whole lot of damage anyways, so I'm gonna have him restore Trace's eyesight. Wow, that only left you with like 4 hit points. Well, thanks for Ingus going first. Hello. Hello. Alright, I believe that just leaves one more enemy to find within this area. 2, actually, I think. Either way, though, I don't think that it's worth looking within there, though. Because, as I said, every enemy you can find in there can also be found in the Cave of the Seal. Okay. Okay, so once we're here, also, I don't know if I confirmed that this is what happens or not, but yeah, landing on the trees. I think I did. I think that's something I did confirm is what happens. But anyways, though, let's actually go into the Cave of the Seal. Many of the enemies here should be familiar. You should also be able to find zombies here as well. Skeletons, whatever. We got a potion in there. I think it's about time we gave Ingus some love. Bingus the Ingus. Ingus the Bingus. There's another chest! Oh boy. Oh boy! We get another cure spell. Would it be worth? I don't really know what I'd do with sleep. I mean, I could just use it more often, I suppose. I mean, I'll give it to somebody, because there's not really any reason not to have it on somebody. Because, simply put, they do take up inventory space, and, it is possible to remove spells from your allies. Anyways, though, here's the mummies. We already know and recognize them. Ingus gets a skill up. I prefer to also get a level up at some point while we're here. Anyways, though, here is the next floor within this dungeon. We were told about a pile of bones being the key. This is the that floor in question. Only one of these, though, has any collision tiles, and oh man, I do not like facing against these enemies. I have to be honest with that. I believe there's... Yeah, there's another enemy that can be found in here that I'm hoping will show up. Oh, what the... Forgive me, it was just... Okay. Anyways. It's right here, and... more shadows. I'm pretty sure most of the enemies that we can find are just underneath. So let's just focus on them. Do not worry, none of these enemies, unlike the previous ones, they're not missable, so you don't need to get too bent out of shape like I did. About 100%ing or anything like that. It's not like I'm bitter about it or anything. Obviously I'm not bitter because I found them. I actually killed the enemies. I found them and I killed them. All of them. Not just the men, but the women and the children too. They're animals, so I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them. Man, I don't know what Anakin has against animals, but, man, I don't know what... Maybe animals are also rough and coarse and get everywhere. I mean, they do. If you have a dog, dog hair does get everywhere. I don't think it's rough or coarse, though. It might be a little coarse. Of course. But, like, you know, owning a dog is kind of worth it. At least to some people. I don't blame people who don't want dogs to get all messy and dirty. Anyways, Snowbin and Lise get all skills up, and anyways, let's go deeper. I said deeper. You're in the way, madam. Okay. I'm Sarah, the daughter of King Sassoon. Princess Sarah, why did you come to such a place? Since I was wearing the mithril ring, I wasn't put under Jin's curse. I came here to help everyone, but I can't make it any further because of the monsters. This place is dangerous, Princess Sarah. Certainly no place for a No. Please wait at the castle. I'm acting like a Let's Player. Damn it. I'm acting like a gamer. No, I'm going. I'll keep going alone if I have to. Okay, fine. Don't go alone. Take me with you. You can't seal Jin without this mithril ring. Oh, my heroes. Seems we have no choice. Sarah joined the party. No. Anyways, though. Oh yes, to talk to me, press B. Don't forget. Okay, so the thing I was about to say, she was just gonna say anyways. Cool. She will follow you at this point up until the point where you defeat Jin. Even if you leave here and like go back into town. And yes, pressing B. I'm Sarah, who might you be? I'm Ingus. Nice to meet you. I'm pretty sure she'll only say that once. And, of course, the name depends on who's in front. I came here alone and got stuck. I'm so lucky you came, thanks a ton. How? How did you get stuck in here? There's like... It's not like it's a maze or anything. You got like 3 floors in and like... 2 floors in, technically, actually. Because, like, you went downstairs and then, like, you found the key and then, like, you were like, oh, where do I go next? There's stairs down here, lady. Where else are you gonna go? I have to seal Jin with this ring and save everyone. Take me to Jin. Jin is a flame devil. He must be weak against the cold. Well, that's a good thing because we don't have any fire and we only have access to colds. To the cold stuff. Okay, I'm pretty sure, yeah, she just loops at that point. So yeah, let's continue forward. Going down here, I believe, brings us to a chest. We get another Antarctic Wind, which is also quite useful against Jin because it's a nice elemental attack item. Keep going over this way. I believe this is where we find a few of the new enemies, and also Jin is right there. I love it when like 2D top-down side-scroller kind of things. I guess isn't exactly like that, but you get the idea. And like, you can see past the walls because you're looking at a ceiling angle, and you can see like the objective from here. I don't know. It's really funny. Before I fight him, though, I do want to find the enemies, and so that I showcase them. Anyways, there's one of them, the Revenant. I believe this is, obviously, aside from the boss himself, the strongest enemy you can face in here. Much like pretty much all the other ones, it is weak against. It's weak against Fire and Holy since it's since they're undead, just choked on something or whatever. I didn't mention how much health they have, but they have 70 hit points, and they give off 52 experience points. The experience progression is not great, but I forgive you. It's not like I'm bitter about it or anything. Ugh. I can see the recording, like the flatline thingy. I mean, it's not flatlining. I know what that means, but I can see how loud it can get. And I think it's always funny. Did I use that on Snowbin? Please tell me I used that on Ingus. Okay, cool. I used that on Ingus. I was really worried there for a second there. I hope Trace doesn't die. Oh well, you can cure those with some drops. There goes one of them. And there goes the other. Wow, he did not have much health left. That could have been a she. I mean, I know that male and female skeletons do have different structures. I just don't know the differences in those structures, and these are all enemies we faced before. And I don't think I have the guts to run away because, again, running away is very risky. Hey, Snowbin gets a level up, and so does Lise, and so does Ingus. No Trace. We don't talk about Trace. Don't worry, I'm not talking to you yet. Going through there will activate the event. Okay. Oh wow, Lise is dying. I mean, I don't think he was dying before, but since he increased his health, the threshold that would qualify for him to be in the dying state increases to the amount of health he had remaining before. It does kind of frustrate me when you have like a game where you level up and you increase your health when you level up, but your remaining hit points doesn't increase along with it. And well, here's the poison stat. Whoa! Lise, what the hell, man? Someone needs to get you a lease on your apartment. Okay, now I'm curious how much attack power you have bare-fisted at this point in time. You're what, level 9 at this point? Okay, Snowbin gets a level up, and Trace gets a level up, and everybody gets a skill up. Except for Trace. That's fine. Okay, my curiosity is gonna kill me, so... Okay, it's 46 with them, 42. So maybe one more level up and I will no longer need to rely on these. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, literally it's just a difference of like four attack power points. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. Anyways, I'm still trying to find the enemy. Do you know the enemy? Wahey? Do you know your enemy? Oh boy, we're doing this song and dance again. Ah, cool, we found both of the other new enemies in one fell swoop. Holy crap, we might actually have enough time to like actually battle against the boss as well in the same episode. I think I'd be a jerk if I were not to. And if I see, yep, they count as undead enemies and as such have the same vulnerabilities as well as resistances. Might want to heal a little bit as insurance. Yeah, that was probably a good idea. Okay, as for their stats, the Cursed Coin has 35 hit points, and the Lorelei have 38. By far the weakest enemies in this dungeon, as they basically have the same types of stats as the enemies you find in the, over in the Sassoon Castle keeps. In the keeps. The words I can say. Manamana do 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 do. Manamana do do do. Manamana do 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 do. Anyways, Trace got a skill up. Good for you. Good for you. And well, before we tackle this dude, let's heal up a little bit. I believe it's time for us to kill Jin. Kill the Jin, the Flame Devil, and... Oh, this is the second encounter, I guess. Hey, you want to see me do it again? Now we tackle the boss. And that sprite with Lise looks jacked. Okay. Now we begin. Everybody's fine. Everybody seems fine. It's Jin. I'll seal him with this ring. No!
That thing would work on me now. I've allied with the great power of darkness.
My heroes! Anyways, Jin. Technically our first boss, but it's pretty much our second boss. I guess it depends, since the first boss was still kind of in our tutorial. So, it's a little weird. But, for all intents and purposes, this is our first boss that we could realistically train for. I will not mention its stats exactly while I'm fighting it, but obviously he's weak to ice. That's already been, like, explicitly mentioned, so, you know. Now we just need to actually wail on him. Like you would any boss. Like you would any whale. Do you wail on whales? Actually, I'm curious if this counts as a undead enemy. Oh, that was my phone. Oh, it's my turn. I also just can't stop thinking about how amazing the music is as well. You gotta listen to the soundtrack once in a while. I'm not the type to like listen to soundtracks like isolated away from like the game or the movie they're in. My sister and dad love the crap out of like Disney music, and I loved me some Disney music, but not isolated. I'd never like search up wherever it's. What was I talking about? Okay. Now, Sarah, seal Jin with the ring while he's weak. Sarah raised the ring. Okay, no, that one does not have apostrophes. Sarah raised the ring. Gotta say that all empty inside. And he has been sealed. Come on, you gotta have a Pokeball in there as well. Maybe just a nest ball. Catch this boss with like a nest ball or something. Now if we put this ring in Sassoon's holy spring, we can release Jin's curse. They have a holy spring? Why, we've been there before. Now let's use the ring's power to warp back to Sassoon Castle. Man, I want that ring. Can we have the ring? We're heroes. We are the main characters. That was my phone again. Thanks for your help. I guess this is goodbye. I mustn't leave my father's side. I'd like to go with you, but I'm sure I'd just get in the way. Sarah. Please come back and visit when your journey is over. I'll be waiting. So, what was I talking about before then? Talking about like Disney music. Be sure to come back. I'll be waiting. She's really driving that home. And we get some fun little music. Speaking of music, as I was saying, like, I will not search up Spotify for, I don't know, how far I'll go or anything like that. They are good music. I will not subtract from that, or I will not say that it's not in any way, shape, or form. Thank you. Please go see the king. He has something to say to you. Yeah. But yeah, you do, listen to... I mean, thank you, I guess. It'll say the same thing, I guess. There's a secret rest. Okay. Now, let's talk to the king.
I thank you sincerely for resealing Jin and rescuing Princess Sarah. Please take this. It may be of use to you.
You received a canoe. Very useful. We get our little ping there. I think I'm going to end off the episode here, though, with me talking about Disney music and receiving a canoe. The canoe shouldn't really be too useful to us at the moment, but it allows us to basically go to the through that river without the use of the airship. Now, why would we need the airship? Why wouldn't we if we have the airship? Well, we teleported here. So, it's important to keep that in mind as well, because the airship is still across that water, and they teleported us, and I'm trapped here. And you know what, whatever. I'm not trapped here, you just weren't moving. Whatever. Anyways, next episode, we're gonna see what we can do next. And what we will do next is go across the river and pick back up our airship. Anyways, see you guys in the next one. Peace.